So Neal VanDeree, it's fantastic being able to interview you today. Thank you for taking your time to do this.
It's my pleasure to be here with you, Jim.
Yeah, I guess you're stationed there in Florida, and you're the officiator of the Church of Perpetual Life. So you were at RAADfest 2016, and we had a great time there together. What was the thing you enjoyed most at RAADfest last year?
I got to tell you, Jim, that was the most amazing thing I have been to in my life. It's a
Wow.
total life changer. My life was already geared toward age reversal and unlimited lifespans. But for anyone who has a possible inkling of an interest in extending their life in a healthy way, they really need to come to the RAADfest this year. It was the first of its kind, and you and all of the people from People Unlimited and all of the people who came to RAADfest were the most important thing to me. Meeting the people in the halls, you can get a disc or hear about what happened, or you can talk about what happened to people who were there. But when you're there actually for yourself in person and you get the chance to physically meet with and discuss things, that's the best. The presentations were out of this world, and it
True.
was very different. I went to a science conference that Aubrey de Grey did in 2008, which was very cool, very fun, very interesting. But it was all high-level science stuff that mostly went over here rather than here. And I think I got a C minus in chemistry in college. So my science structure, it's not as solid as it needs to be to get a lot of some of the things that are told at different seminars and conferences of this type. But yours was different. You had music, you had inspiration, you had plays, and interspersed with that were these high-level scientists talking about stuff that they're doing that was really, really terrific. And I just want to commend you on that and thank you for all the hard work you're doing, and looking forward to RAADfest this year.
Thank you, Neil. Thank you. That was my experience at RAADfest too. That connection with people and the vitality of the event itself. And a lot of people came from there saying it was electrifying. So we all came out new people, I think, from there. So, what is your single most reason that you actually want to end aging and death? What? I'm sure you have some personal thoughts on this. Would you share that with us?
Sure. Well, I don't want to die. I
Yeah,
think that
yeah.
it's an abysmal concept. Here we're born, we have beautiful lives. Life is wonderful. I'm in heaven on earth 95% of the time. I'm happy. I'm the guy walking through the grocery store singing a song to my child, and we're just having a ball.
That's
And I
great.
want this to continue, Jim. I don't want to see the end to that, and not just for myself, but for my boys and for my wife and for my family, and obviously they make up their decisions. I have 7 kids, and of my 7 kids, 2 are solidly on board, and others are thinking about it. And everybody has their own point in time in which they're, I think, going to engage with the idea of unlimited life. And I don't understand sometimes why people will not jump on board. But every day I learn a little more about that.
Yeah, yeah. Well, I share that same sentiment too. Yeah, yeah. But I think we're all learning more about that. Why do you think it's important that people attend RAADfest?
RAADfest is a great place to meet people who feel the same way as I do. There are, for probably 25 years, I went before I met someone who was also interested in an unlimited lifespan. An unlimited lifespan is so important. And to be able to meet with other people who can enjoy their lives as much as I do, that also don't want their lives to end. This you can do a little bit online. You can do this a little bit by phone. You can do this a little bit not in person. But when you can stand in a room with 999 other people who also feel the same way, like as you said, it's electrifying. It's invigorating. It charges my batteries. When I do the Church of Perpetual Life. I work at the Church of Perpetual Life because it's my passion. It's not how I've made some money to live on. And you can amass a fortune, and still, what good is it if you're going to die?
No, for sure.
So I've made enough money to live comfortably for the next 100 years, and I want to make sure I get another 100 years.
There you go.
So so when I charge my batteries for work, I might go to a big city and the hustle and the bustle and all of that's fun. But to charge your battery for immortality, some people don't like that word. Some people prefer longevity.
I like
The
that
two-
word. I like that word.
I appreciate it. But to charge your battery in this way, it has to be done with and through other people that feel the same way. And when you created this RAADfest 2016, And I know all the people involved with it that did all they did. It created the hub for a wheel that will be so powerful in moving society. That's the next shift in our society. Now, I don't know if you're aware, the National Geographic Channel has a new show called Year Million, and it's all about what you talked about the last year. It's all about life extension, age reversal, cryonics, the singularity, smart robots, really cool future stuff. And that's where you are, Jim. You're on the cutting edge of the technology, and it's coming our way.
Yeah, thank you, Neil. Yeah, it really is. It really is. Thank you for being the great role you play in that too. So,
My
uh,
pleasure.
how important now? You've got the Church of Perpetual Life there, and you get a real feel for community and what that means and how important it is to have community. How important do you think it is to have a united community to help in aging and death?
The way I view it, Jim, you learn from history, and as a species, we learn from nature. Some of the greatest discoveries we've made were discovering how nature has found a way to solve a problem. I think aspirins come from the bark of a certain tree. Well, that's a natural thing that helps us not have headaches, or some people not have headaches and reduce their temperature when they're having a temperature. So I think that if you look at what we've done in history, historically, we've gone from Kitty Hawk and the Wright brothers in, I believe, 1907 to 1969, Neil Armstrong walking on the moon. That was something that was a gradual march in time when society said, oh, we can't fly. It's not normal for people to fly. All of a sudden, people started flying, and then people said, well, yeah, of course it's normal to fly. I've always thought it was a good idea to fly. And then we could progress to planes and jets and rockets. And when we shot rockets to space in I think it was it 61 or 63? I forget. I think 63. JFK said we should put a man on the moon before the end of this decade. Well, people who knew what potentiality we had and what our technology was said that's not going to happen. That's impossible. We had, excuse me, we had excuse me, my phone. We had people like Arthur C. Clarke saying, "Oh, that's not possible." Now, Arthur C. Clarke believed in space travel from the 20s, but when John F. Kennedy made that famous speech, he and others said it's not going to happen that quickly. But of course it did happen that quickly. And the reason it happened so quickly is because society said, yes, this is a good idea. We had this space race with Russia and America and all of this, the history of the space race. But when society got on board and said, yes, this is something we can do, we should do, we will do, then it will happen. The same holds for age reversal. When society gets on board and realizes, yes, this is good for society, it's good for the human species, we should do it, we will do it. And it will happen even quicker than going to the moon, Jim.
Wow, wow, I love that. Beautiful. Thank you for all that. Yeah, I agree. I agree. So you moderated a panel last year, and you did a great job, and you're going to do one again this year. So we're looking forward to seeing you there and doing the excellent interviews that you do. So is there anything that I didn't ask you or that you'd like to add to this interview before we close?
Well, thank you, Jim. I appreciate being part of the RAAD Festival. It's an honor to be working with you and the others on the board and on RAADfest 2017. I look forward to coming to San Diego. I intend to come early and stay late, as I did last year. And any way that I can help with panels, with anything at all, you know that you can rely on me.
Thank you, Neil. Thank you. Yeah, you've always been very reliable for sure. So this has been a great interview. Thank you so much. Look forward to seeing you at RAADfest.
Okay, Jim. See you
Thank you.
there.
Thank you.